Timothee Chalamet is in celebratory mode after split from Kylie Jenner. He has found freedom after long time. It's the kind of Hollywood twist no one saw coming, one where heartbreak doesn't lead to silence, sadness, or retreat, but instead unleashes a version of Timothee Chalamet that feels lighter, freer, and more alive than he's looked in years. The buzz around Los Angeles is loud. The Dune star isn't just moving on from Kylie Jenner, he's practically glowing. Those close to the actor say he's carrying himself differently, walking with a confidence that feels unrestrained, even rebellious, like someone who finally stepped out of a room where the walls were closing in. Fans are amazed to see a Timothée who's leaning into spontaneity, creative chaos, and that youthful spark that made the world fall in love with him in the first place. This shift didn't appear out of thin air. Hollywood insiders, fans, and even body language experts have been studying every move he's made since the breakup whispers started circulating. And now, with sources confirming that Timothée is firmly in celebratory mode, it's clear he didn't just walk away from a relationship, he stepped into a new version of himself. According to those observing from the sidelines, Chalamet seems almost relieved, shedding the polished, high-gloss image that came with being paired with someone as spotlight-heavy as Kylie Jenner. Instead, he's embracing his quirky, artistic edge again, the one that thrives on unpredictability and authenticity. His wardrobe has become louder, his energy brighter, and his interactions more relaxed, as if he's tapping back into the spirit of a teenage dreamer with nothing to prove and everything to feel. Before we dive deeper, don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss any of our celebrity breakdowns, Hollywood deep dives, and trending entertainment stories. Stay tuned, there's a lot more coming. What makes this transformation even more fascinating is how clearly experts are reading it on his face, posture, and presence. Body language specialist Judy James recently told the Daily Mail that Timothée appears almost ecstatically happy, fully stepping into the playful, carefree persona that has always been a core part of his charm. She pointed out that he looks like someone who's been unstuck, no longer contained by the expectations or image pressures that come with dating someone from a powerhouse brand like the Kardashian-Jenner family. If Kylie brought a sense of sophistication and strict self-awareness into his world, Timothée seems to have reclaimed the exact opposite: freedom, looseness, and yes, even mischief. His style has shifted noticeably too, back to that signature mix of skate park energy, indie sparkle, and artsy unpredictability that once made him one of Hollywood's freshest faces. Fans online have been buzzing non-stop. Social media is filled with comparisons of Timmy before Kylie and after Kylie, and many believe the breakup acted like a reset button. Before their relationship, Timothée was the poster boy for the unexpected. He made bold fashion choices, gave unpredictable interviews, and even in mainstream success, carried a kind of whimsical authenticity. During the Kylie era, his world naturally became more guarded, polished, and measured. Dating a Jenner means entering a realm where public image is crafted with precision, and every move is analyzed under the harshest digital microscopes. Now, though, the old Timmy is back, and he's not hiding it. There's a looseness in his smile, a recklessness in his wardrobe, and a new energy in the way he shows up publicly. What's even more intriguing is how insiders describe the relationship itself. One source claims Kylie had been hypnotized by his charm and softness, his ability to blend intensity with vulnerability. That's the kind of allure Chalamet has always possessed. Fans adored seeing their worlds collide: Kylie, the mogul with a polished brand image, and Timothée, the free-spirited actor who moves through Hollywood on his own rhythm. But as time went on, cracks reportedly formed. The lifestyles didn't quite sync. Timothée thrives in creative messiness, Kylie thrives in curated perfection. Timmy loves disappearing into artistic spaces and unconventional inspiration. Kylie's world is built on structure, timing, and brand uniformity. Neither is wrong, but together, they created a tension that eventually became too heavy to carry. And now, the actor seems to be dancing in that newfound space that only single life can bring, especially after being tied to a global media empire. Reports suggest he's reconnecting with friends, diving deeper into his creative projects, and savoring the simple joy of not having cameras dissecting every tiny interaction. This isn't to say Kylie was the cause of that pressure, but being in her orbit naturally intensifies the spotlight. Even the way he dresses now tells a story: oversized jackets, undone hair, relaxed sneakers, and those signature expressive gestures that scream, "I'm in my own world again." The timing of this personal revival is powerful too. Chalamet has rising projects, major upcoming film roles, and a schedule filled with opportunities that require him to be fully centered. Hollywood thrives on momentum, and Timothée seems to be grabbing his with both hands. Some fans say he looks like a man preparing for a new artistic surge, the kind of creative renaissance actors often experience when they shake off an identity that wasn't truly theirs. Others say he simply looks happy, unbothered, and at peace, like someone who has stopped overthinking everything and started enjoying the moment again. Kylie, on her end, has maintained her usual composed, silent front, choosing not to comment publicly on the breakup. That's typical of her approach. She guards her emotions behind her brand, her businesses, and her responsibilities as a mother. But it's impossible to ignore how different the breakup seems to be affecting both sides. While she's kept things smooth and neutral, Timothée is blossoming outward, practically radiating a sense of relief. Fans aren't interpreting it as disrespect to Kylie. Instead, they see it as a sign of personal evolution, one everyone experiences when they leave a relationship that no longer aligns with who they're becoming. And the public isn't the only one taking notice. Hollywood insiders are calling this version of Timothée the return of the star, hinting that we might see bolder performances, more daring roles, and a renewed creative spark. Breakups, especially high-profile ones, often act as catalysts for reinvention. For some, it becomes a moment of collapse. For others, a launchpad. For Timothée, it looks very much like a launchpad. Junie James's observations about his inner teen coming alive again hit home for many fans because that youthful spirit is part of what made him stand out in a sea of Hollywood perfection. Timothée never tried to be the polished superstar. Instead, he leaned into vulnerability, quirky humor, and a certain offbeat charm. Being with Kylie nudged him into a more structured world, one that fans say softened some of his edges. Now those edges are back, sharper and brighter. And the world is taking notice. The interesting part? Even with all the buzz, Timothée isn't flaunting his freedom in a way that feels performative. He isn't partying nonstop or staging attention-grabbing outings. Instead, his energy is calmer, more grounded, and beautifully natural, like someone finally breathing in air that feels like home. Freedom isn't loud for him. It's expressive, creative, relaxed. It's visible in small details, the way he lets his shoulders drop, the more playful flick of his hair, the unfiltered joy catching him off guard during interviews. But perhaps the most captivating element of this entire story is the way fans relate to it. Nearly everyone has experienced a relationship that, while meaningful, eventually becomes a quiet emotional weight. And the moment you walk away, something shifts, not out of spite, but out of authenticity. For Timothée, this shift has become a public, cinematic transformation. A reminder that sometimes, the end of one chapter is the beginning of your brightest era. As for Kylie and Timothée's dynamic now, sources say things ended respectfully, with no drama, no public feuds, and no messy aftermath. And that speaks volumes about who they both are, two individuals navigating fame, pressure, and personal growth on vastly different paths. Their story might have ended, but their evolution is far from over. Timothée Chalamet is stepping into a new season, one fueled by independence, creativity, and a rediscovered spark he seemed to have tucked away. And whether fans agree or not, one thing is clear: he truly looks like a man who has reclaimed himself. That's not sadness. That's not bitterness. That's liberation. Thanks for watching till the end.